So I was at the gym earlier today and I was eavesdropping on a conversation between two young men, I reckon, somewhere in the mid to late 20s. I was eavesdropping, so I was wearing earphones, but they were not on, so they thought I'm not listening to them. But I hung around. I did not move away from them because that topic was just classic. So the subject the two brothers were going on about was the subject of online dating. And they were expressing serious displeasure about what they encounter in that space. They mentioned a number of things. People describing themselves as, women who describe themselves as foodies. And this one guy say, Lorna, she says she's a foodie, ne? Doesn't even cook, and she calls herself a foodie. And I chuckle quietly, and the other one says, yeah. And the other one, wrote down her interest as travel. And on our first date, I asked her where she's been recently. And she said, no, she only travels when she goes home to KZN for holidays. And, there was banter. They agreed and disagreed on other stuff. And, they always complains about this or the other thing. But there's one thing where they unanimously agreed on. That is total BS as far as they're concerned. And then they say, why is it that it's on online dating that we meet these women who always say, I want a man who has a relationship with God? What? Says the other man. Why don't they go to church? What are they looking for? A man with a relationship with God on Tinder or whatever else is there. Why don't they go to church? Isn't that place where you find men who have a relationship with God? I swear at that point I almost came in agreement with them because I thought that makes sense. At which point I thought, somebody's sleeping on the job here. Shouldn't some priest, some guy, some guy in this world start a Christian online dating platform? Because then when you're there, everybody who is in that platform has a relationship with God, right? Because, let's face it, guys. Online dating is not known for being the most, shall we say, cleanest space in the world. The stories we hear in that space, the last thing you would want to go in there is to look for somebody with a relationship with God. No. So you folks who are in IT business or even just business and have a relationship with God, you're sleeping on a big opportunity. I think you need to start your own platform. Yeah, call it sender. The same way as God sent his own begotten son to save us. So you could send a lot of men to save women from loneliness, but those men will have a relationship with God. Because judging by the two guys I saw at the gym earlier today, they are not in that relationship with God. And all they're looking for is something else. Take up this opportunity. You'll thank me later.